Hello and welcome to HTC's podcast. We are here to shine a light on Hybrid's toughest characters and relive our most memorable moments. I'm Chris.
And I'm Deacon.
Let's start this thing.
Let me just say one thing. If you put any man, woman, child, or animal in front of me on the mat, I'm gonna take them too. HTC, best team in Australia.
Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the HTC podcast. Today, after our long break, we are joined by the one and only Rob Wilkinson. Thanks for joining us today, buddy. How you been?
I'm good, Chrissy. I'm good. Good to be here.
Thanks so much for being our special episode 10. I know we've been on a bit of a hiatus for a while, and I'd like to blame teeing this up with you, but it's just that we've been busy.
Blame Deacon.
It's definitely Rob's fault.
So, I'd like to have a bit of a chat about everything, I guess, but MMA, martial arts in general, how you got started, what's coming up for you. You're a man of few words normally, but you're actually quite an interesting character, Rob. So, let's sort of start with that, shall we? How did you get into MMA, dude?
How did I get into it? I got into boxing when I was 16, and before that I had like a boxing bag at home and just used to go take out my teenage anger on my boxing bag or my frustrations or whatever. And I was always interested in fighting and watch different fighting shows. And then, when I was 16, got into boxing and just joined like a kind of like what the Gladiators, is that what you guys call it?
Yeah,
the Gladiator Challenge, kind of like that. It was like you never fought before, and then I think it was like 16 weeks of training and then have a fight. But I jumped in last 8 weeks and then just did that and had an exhibition boxing fight, just against another guy from the gym because we couldn't find anyone else, and did it for about, I think it was 8-9 months, and then I started watching MMA, like UFC on YouTube, and heard about that. This is back in 2008. I was 16, and then not many people knew what it was, and I remember watching fights and just thinking I was watching Randy Couture actually, and I was just like,
how cool is Randy, man?
Yeah, just smashing guys, and it was just crazy, and thought this is just wild, but I was just so interested in it. And then I remember at a party one time someone was talking about that they trained, and they were just kind of really confident, saying how they could just beat anyone up and blah blah blah. And then I was like, oh, there's a gym you can train that, in Tassie. I didn't know, and I asked him about it. And then the next week I rocked up and met Priscus at the very old chicken pen coop.
Yes, back when it was the small end of Kazali's.
Yeah,
right?
the tiny little end.
Yeah.
I think I was maybe 17 when I went there. Yeah.
Who introduced you to the gym? Who was the person that brought you along? The guy at the party? You don't know his name?
You bet him up that week, though.
Can't remember his name. Was it Josh someone? Josh. You remember there was a guy? I think it was this guy. I might be getting confused. Anyway, I can't really remember his name. I think he was a year older than me. And it was such a weird group of
wasn't it?
Couple of young guys, couple of girls, couple of older guys. I think Shawnee Boy was there.
Shawnee. Back with the long hair.
Yeah. And I remember I just picked it up really quickly because I used to grapple and wrestle and fight my brother all the time, and then I just did the couple of PTs private to Priscus, and then jumped in and just loved it. Loved it. Obviously back then it was more grappling with Priscus, and just picked it up really quickly. I felt like I was learning it quickly and just really enjoying it. Yeah.
So you found a home in MMA basically instantly. It was this is my thing.
Priscus just telling me not to be pathetic and lift weights. Write me up a program to lift weights straight away and get strong.
Because you weren't always massive. When I first met you, were kind of skinny, dude.
Man, I can't remember, about 77, 80 kilos when I started. I was probably a tiny bit short, maybe 6'2". Yeah.
Yeah. So I just remember you as a small, skinny kid.
Yeah.
You were literally the first person that I met on the way to Hybrid with Flowers. Yeah, because Flowers took me in. And, because I found out about Hybrid through working with the Italians up at Paesano, and Priscus used to come in there and looking tough as, and he's awesome. And so then I told my dad's mate Flowers about it because he got me into martial arts anyway, and he's like, oh, I've got to go and find him, I'm going to train there. And he trained for a bit. He's like, Chris, you got to come along. You got to come along. Got to come along. I'll drive you. All right, cool, fair enough. Met you, and like I've been hesitant to tell this story for a long time. But he, like, you know, we meet up with you. We head on up the stairs there, and he's like, oh, I'm pretty sure he's training here because I think he might be gay and he's getting beat up for it. That was what Flowers said about you.
Yeah,
that was the first story. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. That'd make sense to me. And get to know you and get to like watch, because you and Stu, and there was a few other guys like Jason Griggs and a few guys back in the day with the
Jason Griggs,
first people that I was like, oh wow, this stuff's awesome, because I came from like a traditional martial arts background, and got my ass handed to me just instantly, and I had never trained that hard in my life. Like my first PT with Priscus, like I cramped up in the car on the way home. I had to like have a few attempts to get out of the car. Walking up the stairs was like impossible. I was like, this is real, this is legit. So I don't think I kind of transitioned into that as easy as you did. And then when I started doing more jiu-jitsu, I started getting injured more and more and more. And it was like Joe Nuttall was like, well, why don't you just focus on striking? That's like what you seem to enjoy here. But did you find it pretty easy to sort of go between striking and grappling, or?
I mean, I think because I had like, back then we had like no striking at the gym.
Yeah.
And I remember even Priscus getting ready for a fight. I'm like 17 and you know, 6'2" or 3 and lanky, like 77, 80 kilos. And Priscus is using me as someone to get ready for like one of the top guys in Australia he's fighting, just because we have no one to strike, like just like put gloves on and try and punch him as much as possible. You know, just like that's Priscus to get so many different people in to just try and beat him up, or like, you know, multiple people all at once on him. And I just remember, still doing that, like just him thinking I was a good training partner back then. And just kind of like weird because we had I had 8 months of boxing experience as a 16-year-old like that.
So that qualifies you as
that qualifies me as like a good training partner. But I remember I think it was the first PT I did, because I think I had to do 2 before I was allowed to join the classes.
Yeah, likewise.
And you know how he does like the, you know, cartwheels and the kind of wrestling warm-ups and learning how to move your body. I remember doing like front flip onto the crash mat and run up and do like a front flip. And I remember I ran up and did a front flip, and then just like as I landed, my head went down and smashed into my knee. It was like I felt like I rocked myself, just like knocked myself out, and like got up and thought, "You're right." I'm like, yep. Like, that tackle, and just run back and keep going. But yeah, I just loved it. It was just like, I think it was Tuesday, Thursdays, and I'd just go there after school, and then he'd just get me to lift weights like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I was lifting weights, Tuesday, Thursday, wrestling, and then I was just like wanted to fight straight away, asking like, when can I fight? He said once I was 18, because I was 17. He's like, when you're 18. So I was at school then, and my first fight was actually going to be against like an in-house fight, because you got Jason Griggs to do an in-house fight against I can't remember who it was, but he was going to get me to do an in-house fight, like proper like MMA gloves, just full
like actually
fight, but just to see how you go. And it would have been
Jesus Christ.
It would have been against Stu Dare before he started training. But I think he played rugby with him, and obviously we know Stu Dare's had a few
wild dude,
a few fights. And it was going to be against him, which would have been scary and interesting, because he would have been a wild first person to try and fight. But I had like some shoulder, like nerve damage in my shoulder. It was just weird. I don't know if it's a disease or some weird thing like young men can get, and it like eats away at the nerve in your shoulder, and I couldn't, like, my scapula would stick out, and I just couldn't. There's nothing you can do apart from just like rest, and it just takes like nerve damage takes ages to heal. So I was pretty much out for like most of year 12. Like I was out for like 9 months, 10 months, and then came back, and then by that time Stu was properly training there.
Yes, yeah.
I remember I came back and it was like Connor, Stu, Priscus, and who's that? The little guy, really good at jits, who moved to Melbourne. He fought.
Little guy really good at jiu-jitsu.
No, not Neil.
Little guy that's really good at jiu-jitsu.
He had like long hair.
Oh, Nicky Thomas.
Nicky Thompson. Yeah. Good
He's
grappler.
not that little though, is he?
I've
never seen him in person. I've only seen
I mean,
him
Connor,
like
Priscus,
He's about my
Stu,
height.
and then I remember because I just like literally rocked back up for the first, like I hadn't been there for almost a year because of my shoulder. Come back to training and go like, by that time we had moved to the front of Kazali's,
which was way better,
bigger, and there was actual classes like the Tuesday, Thursday class, whatever. And I went to one, and he goes, "Oh, we're training in the day now, like at 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock, whatever it was, if you want to come for like the pro team with those guys. And I just finished school. So then I just started, I remember being so nervous and just going to that, just training with those.
Well, they're animals, man. Like
Yeah.
I remember Connor's first class because he'd come back from I think the UK.
Yeah, he'd been
And
going in the UK.
man, jiu-jitsu has changed so much. Like, because that's what, funnily enough what I started in, but it's like back when it was all like in the gi, everything happened from like a closed guard nearly, and then to watch like Connor just going through people, just tap after
People
tap
would
after
say
tap.
because he went to the UK and he trained with Braulio Estima. It's like world class.
Yeah.
He's like multiple world championships, and people would say when he came back, it was like he had superpowers, like compared to everyone else's grappling, like he was just way better.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It was like, it was incredible. It was like really impressive.
Yeah, I remember Priscus used to say that he was the best grappler in the state by far.
Yeah, well, there you go,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, crazy.
And to come from Priscus, that's like
That's a big,
Yeah.
big compliment.
He
to
was
have.
so good.
yeah,
He was good.
definitely. I learned heaps from him. His wrestling classes were really
Yeah.
good. He was the man.
And then he just, I mean, it's kind of funny because I don't know why I always just straight away from when I started and like started liking it. Like before I finished year 12, I was like, I'm going to do this. Like I want to make a living. I want to, be a world champion at this. But not many people, I think, had that mindset.
God,
No,
no,
not
man.
from the get-go.
And I
It
think
was
maybe I just thought
possibility.
everyone would be, who was doing it was
Yeah.
doing like would have the same thing, but people just wanted to have some casual fights or train or
Yeah.
and then fight because I may as well fight in training. And Connor was awesome. Like I remember him fighting for that Australian brace title when me and him did the tournament. I was in
That
the
was a
middleweight.
tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the middleweight tournament, and then he was middleweight, but he just did light heavyweight because I was in the middleweight.
He made it to the final.
Yeah, he made the final against that Mike Turner guy from South Australia, and he head kicked him and dropped him in the first round. Did Mike Turner?
Yeah,
He's a good grappler.
Yeah, I think I had a match with him.
Yeah, I think
like
you did.
a year ago.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
I think you
yeah.
did. Yeah, he's a good grappler.
Yep.
He head kicked him and dropped him, and then like went crazy trying to finish him, gassed himself out, came back after that round. Like
Yeah.
Mike survived. I think he broke his foot with the head kick as well. Like his foot was
Yep.
all swollen, and he was just pretty gassed. And then came out in the
Far
second
out.
round and got, I think, submitted in the second.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about that. He said he'd never elbowed somebody so hard in his life.
It's a weird feeling when you first actually.
Yeah, but that Mike Turner guy, he's got a big head.
That's
Like he's got like one of those like dense.
yeah,
heads.
he's got a big head. Yeah,
Yeah.
You can see you'd break your foot on that.
So obviously, like, you got into all this, and you from the get go were like, I want to do it, and you trained with Chris because you had the break, all that sort of stuff. What about you? So your first fight it wasn't a Tassie one, was it?
Yeah, Brace and Tassie came to Hobart. Brace for War, I think they used to be called, and then just
In
Brace.
Hobart?
They came to Hobart.
Where was it? Was that the one
That was out of the
doing
Entertainment Centre.
This is before the days of Valor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
before
yeah.
that.
Was this one in a ring as well?
No, in a
No,
cage.
in a cage.
Yeah, in a cage. I was 19. Fought this other guy from Tassie. Weird that he had similar, like, same last name as me, or like hyphened.
Yeah.
I can't remember his first name. Dallas Wilkinson, Dallas Reed Wilkinson or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah. And I remember my friends watching said they got hell nervous when the other guy walked out because he was a lot shorter than me. He was like probably like 5'8", and he was just jacked.
nugget of-
And they watched this little jacked guy come out. Like, obviously, you can't really tell height. And they're like, oh shit. And then I was still pretty, like, I wasn't cutting any weight to fight at middleweight then. I was 84, 85 kilos. Long, skinny. Just came out, obviously, just with Priscus, just knew wrestling. And just came out, took him down. But I remember, like, ground and pounding him and just thinking, like, mounting him and then ground and pounding him, just thinking, like, this is fucking weird.
I'm allowed to do this.
Like, and just like, you actually like realize like, oh, you can hit someone really hard and like, oh, they're still fighting. Like he's still
moving.
like
Yeah.
it's, I was like, fuck, hard to hard to finish this guy, like
Yeah.
you got to start. And then Connor and Stu were, I don't think they were in the corner, but they were like right cage side. I remember them yelling because we'd been practicing like double hammer fists. And I was just like double hammer fist, both hands above my head, and just remember like dropping.
That's where the hammer fist came from.
Yeah,
No
dropping
way.
a double hammer fist down on him, and then he just like stopped. I think he was like knocked out. I see him knocked out, and then you hit him again, and then he started moving again.
You've already started.
You're still hitting him, and then stopped him in the first round.
Yeah, wow. And like that would have been, I'm guessing, a pretty big crowd out there for a first fight too, because I think I remember like the first few MMA shows were like a big deal, like it was in the paper, and then
I can't really remember how big the crowd was or anything, but I remember actually it was getting close to my fight, and I was still living at home, but my mum and they're not together, but both of them live in Hobart, and they were both, I don't know if they were away internationally or just away for like a while, like a few weeks leading into that fight.
Yep.
I hadn't actually told anyone I was fighting. I was just fighting. And then I had told my brother. And then I think he told, like, just it was like a week or two before the fight, like that I was fighting in 2 weeks. I don't know why. I was just like, I'm just doing this.
How did it go with your poor mum? She gets nervous every time. She's so sweet.
She does get nervous. She's the first person I call after every single fight just to let her know.
So you should. Okay. She's awesome. I love your mum.
And then she's always like, "Is the other person okay?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's so nice.
And then I'm like, "How did you win?" I remember the second fight I had in Canberra at Brace, and I like kneed him in the body and then head kicked him. And I was like, "Oh, I won by head kick." And she's like, "You kicked him in the head?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Are you allowed to do that?" And I was like, "Yep." Like, "Is he okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think he's okay." Yeah.
Man, what a wild sport to get into, because like nowadays, like it's kind of, you've got this like the C class, B class, and other people that you kind of know what their experience is, and there's like shin pads. But like, so you at a young age with, I don't know, like not a huge amount of training, especially not striking, getting thrown into, were your first fights, you were allowed to elbow as well, or no elbows?
I think the first one was technically B class, but
yep.
I don't know if they even had that back then, and it was still counted as a pro fight.
Were they 5-minute rounds too, or threes?
I think the very first one I think was 3-minute rounds, but I finished it before that, and then I don't think it was elbows, and then but I still got paid and it's still on my pro record, but I guess it should be an amateur. And then the second fight was just pro.
Yeah,
just 5-minute rounds, elbows, everything. And then I remember fighting someone, I think he had like I think he had like 6-7 fights for my pro fights, and then I fought that guy for my second fight. So then I was 2-0, and I was 20 years old, and then I had saved up. I was working just at a pizza place delivering pizzas, and I saved up money. My whole plan was to save up money, and then I went to America to train. Like, just saved up and flew to America.
So you were 2 fights in? That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, 2 fights in
before your first trip.
2 fights in, and Priscus always really like encouraged us to go training and learning and all that sort of stuff. I had a friend, Jamie, who I went to school with here but lives over there, and I flew to LA and trained, like lived with him for a couple of months and trained, and then flew up to Oregon when I was 20 and just was training because I want to go train with Trail Sonnen.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah,
at his gym, and then I didn't realize there was 2 different gyms at the same gym. Same on the same banner. And I was at the wrong one, but it was Matt Linden, who was a UFC fighter and Olympic wrestler, and he's like, I think he coaches Olympic wrestling team now. Like, he's a really good coach, and trained with him. I still find that, like, I don't know, when you're young and you just kind of do stuff.
Not quite like that. I didn't get on a plane and go to the other side of the world and go and follow the dreams at your age, man. Like,
but even that, like, I just didn't even think about it. I just did it. And then even, like, I was in LA, the first couple of months I was with my mate, and it was fun.
Yeah.
And I was training at a gym, and it was mainly just, like, kickboxing and jiu-jitsu, but I was still learning lots.
Yep.
From my ex-UFC fighter, Dutch kickboxer, heavyweight, what's his name? Anton Hardonk or something.
Oh, yeah, Anthony Hardonk. Yeah, he's like one of the first ones I watched.
Yeah, he was
the
awesome.
guy with a weird rib thing?
I don't know, but he was...
Yeah, I remember him. He was
big
awesome.
Heavyweight.
Yep.
Awesome, and just doing Dutch striking drills. And I was like, I could do this all day. And I was just training and then hanging out with my mate, and it was cool. And then I flew to Oregon, got to the airport, and just realised, like, I had emailed the gym to see if I could come. I didn't even have didn't have a smartphone back then. I had a normal phone. And then got to the airport. I was like, I have nowhere to stay.
That's when it occurred to you.
Like, I just hadn't organised. I just kind of was like, I'll figure something out. Like, I'll get a hotel at the start. And then I was like, I'll use the airport Wi-Fi on my computer. Booked just a hotel motel thing for 2 nights, only based on it had a free shuttle. to pick me up. Then that guy drove, it was a little minivan, picked me up, only me, was talking to the driver, and he was like, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend are looking for a roommate. I was like, I'm looking for someone to stay for 3 months. And then his girlfriend worked at the hotel, and I got there and talked to her, and she's like, oh, we have dogs, a dog and a cat if you don't mind that. I'm like, I love animals, that's cool. Went around, checked their place out, and then moved in with them.
That's wild.
That's
That's the
like-
chances, man.
yeah.
What are the chances?
And it was just like, I was like, pretty much like, if it's close to the gym, I'll stay. And it was like still like, fuck, I don't even know, like maybe half an hour walk or something like that. I think they had a bike as well that I think I just bought off them, and I just rode a bike to the gym every day for like 20 minutes.
What did your parents think of this? You just getting on a plane and going to the other side of the world?
I don't know.
You never bothered.
Yeah,
to
by
ask
yourself
us, really.
You know, I mean, mum's always been like a big, like, adventurer. And I think I probably got that off her. Like, I remember her taking us to Borneo when I was
That's wild.
13.
Yeah.
It was just her and me, my brother and sister, like 3 young, like teenagers, and her, and just doing like wild adventures, like got on a longboat up the river to go look at the like headhunter tribes and stuff, and just full of like, she hates just like going to like as a holiday, like going and sitting by like in a hotel by a pool or by the beach and just like relaxing. She just wants to go and
She wants to go and see a slave market.
she just got on a boat last year, a sailing boat where she has to help out,
Yeah.
and so went to the Antarctic,
Dude, your mum's cool as.
and like as
That's
you know,
awesome.
That's
as
crazy.
70, like that's, she's always just wants to do stuff. She wants to get on the boat again and sail somewhere else. But yeah, so I think that adventure side probably from mum, and then yeah, just when I had a fight, I remember Matt Lynn, I wanted a fight, and he was like, oh, can't get you on at middleweight, we'll get you on at light heavyweight. I was like, do you think I should do light heavyweight? He goes, yeah, you'll be fine. I was like 91 kilos fighting at 90, like light heavyweight then. Fought this big trucker guy that missed weight.
How did that go?
And I was drinking, like sculling water and trying not to pee before
Yeah.
the weigh-in, so it looked like I was like on the
Bigger.
limit. Like looked like I weighed more than I did. It was good. He came out and threw a huge overhand at me, and I was just like, shit, double legged him. And then I remember his corner yelling like elbows to him, and he was doing like these little annoying elbows from bottom.
Yep.
And I was just thinking, like, fuck you, I'm gonna get you back with an elbow.
Yeah.
And so I remember like kind of passing to like maybe like half guard or half mount, and then just started dropping like the nastiest elbows I could on him. Turned over and then choked him out.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Because like you've had a lot of rear naked chokes on your...
I think early doors, like especially ground and pound, just like you hit someone a few times and they'll probably rather get choked out
Then get knocked
than
the hell
keep
out.
getting punched, so they kind of give up a choke. Often I think it happens, especially early doors in fighting. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that, what about being on the other side of this sort of thing? Like, so what was your first really tough fight that you were like, fuck? Like,
Probably the first, because I think I had pretty much all first round finishes up until I was about 8-0. Maybe I had a second round finish in there. I think it might have been 8-0 with 8 first round finishes.
yeah,
and,
wow.
and then I was fighting, and I won the brace title, and then I was fighting for the AFC, which is probably like the better promotion at the time.
Yep.
Middleweight title against Jamie Abdullah, who was coming down from light heavyweight. He was the light heavyweight champion, and I think he was 8-0 as well, coming down to middleweight to go for, and I was going up. Oh, sorry, I was just fighting for the middleweight belt.
I think I remember that. Was that one like a third round
Yeah.
knockout? And it was like tired. Like you were
and
tired though.
I remember that was still, it's got to be equal now. So that's probably the second favourite, and obviously when I won the PFL title, that's my favourite now. But that was my favourite fight for so long, because I said I wanted a hard fight, because I had just been kind of smashing everyone. And then I remember all like 30 of my mates had flown over to watch me, and they were all off their head, just chanting, drinking. Like, it's in Melbourne, and he's from Melbourne, so you think the crowd's, it's like sold out, you know, it's a small place, but sold out, like maybe 2,000 people there. And my friends are just like going nuts, way louder than all his, like the whole crowd, because they're just like literally chanting, like getting chants going and stuff. And I remember fighting him and just like trying to, I still just wrestled a lot there, and I was just trying to take him down. He just kept getting up. I kept taking him down. kept getting up, and I think I took him down I think I had 8 takedowns in the first 2 rounds, and I was just
That's tiring.
exhausted. And he just
Yeah.
kept getting up, and I was just exhausted. And I remember sitting there in the corner between the second and third, and just felt like fucked. And then Priscus just going, "Are you tired? Are you hurting?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Good. You should be. You're in a fucking fight." And I was just like, "Oh shit, Priscus thinks I'm a pussy." He thinks I'm being pathetic. Like, fuck. And I remember, and then they're like, just, strike. He's still got good striking. So all I was doing was just like shooting on him because he was knocking everyone out. And then I just started striking with him and just like started tagging him, getting my breath back. And then I remember I just kept hitting him like clean on the chin. I was like, surely, like one of these. And then eventually I just hit him one time and just see his legs wobble, and then just, yeah, that was it.
And that was it.
And then just went ballistic, and that was it, yeah.
Man, so did that really cement for you, like, belief that I can do this? Because, like you said, you wanted to become a world champion basically from day dot. And was, like you said, that until you did win the world title, was that the fight that was like, I can do this?
I think that was like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, I'm about to get to the UFC kind of thing. Like, I feel like that's kind of, I'm 9-0 now. Won like 2 titles. Like, it was kind of weird because everything, like, I just kind of set myself these goals, had big goals, and I was just kind of ticking them off. And it was kind of like almost, not saying it was easy, but just like, it was just like I didn't have a hiccup until I got to the UFC. And everything was just going smooth. And I was just like ticking along. And I was like, oh yeah, you set yourself goals, you do what you have to do to achieve them, and then you achieve them. That's what life is. And then I get to the UFC and have 2 losses and get kicked out. And I was just like just crushed.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because that was, obviously after all the early success, and like it was a weird time for the gym too. Like that was kind of like, it kind of felt like the gym fell apart around there.
Yeah.
I think that's when we all split. I think that's when we birthed all these other gyms around here. Like, across the river and Trojan and stuff. And
we had split, and then just
that was
before that, a little bit before that, I moved to Sydney. Me and Chris and Baden moved to Sydney. And then Priscus sold the gym to Shaw, and then Shaw moved the gym out to Glenorchy, and it kind of because we had such a good training crew, and then kind of all just crumbled away, and people were like, I'm gonna get on with the rest of my life, I guess.
Yeah.
And can't just train all day every day.
Yeah, especially at midday.
Yeah, midday. Lots of the guys would just work security, and so people could just kind of train in the day and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, then kind of fell apart a little bit.
how did you come back after that, man? Like, because if so all your training partners have sort of disbanded a bit, like Priscus is obviously getting into like creating a family and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get to this goal of like, hey, fuck, I'm in the UFC, like how wild, and then you get 2 pretty bad setbacks. Like,
Yeah.
like how did you reset, man?
So were you training in Sydney when you got the first UFC fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
I went to Sydney. I had just got my first fight overseas. I fought in like a new, I think it was called Euro FC, and they only ended up doing 1 or 2 shows, and
Oh, yeah.
some money fell out or something. But they did a really good show. And I fought in Finland, and I was like, this is sick. I'll go fight in Finland. I had that booked as I was driving, like moved to Sydney, and it was like 12 weeks away, and I got to Sydney because I had trained at the VT1 gym a few times, knew them. Chris got offered a job, then they said they wanted another coach. Chris said, you should ask Rob, and I was like, kind of felt like the gym was falling apart here, so I was like, yeah, let's move over to Sydney to, keep chasing this dream, and did that, fought the Finland fight, and then got in the UFC. But then I was just waiting, and it was kind of weird. It was a weird time. I was like, the coaches and owners in the Sydney gym knew, like, they were like, this coaching role, we want like a proper coaching role, and they knew I was just like, I just wanted to coach a little bit to
While you were training.
while I could train. And then I was told, like, after this fight, I'll be in the I'm like, my next fight's going to be in the UFC. I was like, oh, I'll have money and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't need a coach. I'll just do a tiny bit of coaching.
Yep.
I had a bunch of money. I thought I was rich. I had like 12 grand in my account or something. I was just like, I'm killing it.
Yeah.
I'll just survive with this money until I've got a fight in the UFC. And then that took a lot longer than I thought. I think I had a knee surgery, had like meniscus tear and had to have knee surgery, and it was just kind of pushed back. And then all of a sudden I took a fight in the Netherlands in like 4 weeks notice after 2 days back of training after my knee surgery. Like I hadn't trained for 3 months.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, trained for like 2 days, and I got the call. And when you haven't trained for ages, you feel good because you're excited. I was like, oh yeah, I feel good. 4 weeks, cool. I
finally got to train.
Finally, like UFC's your goal. Took that fight, went over. Just heaps of shit went wrong. I was just sick all week of the fight, and then got knocked out in the second round. Came back. Next fight was 4 or 5 months later against Israel, and I wanted to fight him because I thought they were going to offer me him, and then he just knocked out Stu.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to fight him. Fought him, lost to him. Then I just get a call from my manager or email or whatever it was saying that that's me done in the UFC. And
That's crazy.
Shit.
Yeah.
I remember even that, I was borrowing money off my parents to pay rent before the Israel fight. I was like, I'll have money coming in a couple of, in 2 months, and borrowed money to pay rent, and just didn't quite go to plan.
Yeah.
And
what
then
was the
moved back
reset
here.
like there? Because that's so...
Oh, it was hard. I thought about... I was like, oh, is that me done? I was like, I didn't want to keep fighting locally for no money. I don't know. I just was a bit lost. I think I got even when I was in Sydney, I got a bit burnt out from the training. I was training 3 times a day. I didn't have... Obviously, I was away from home, and I was just everyone I knew over there was just about training.
Yeah.
And I think I remember I still love watching fight cards, UFC, PFL fights. I love watching them. And then for a while over there, for a year or so, I just didn't watch any fights. I couldn't, I just was so burnt out from fighting, and I wasn't that keen to fight. And it was just weird, as you reach your big time goal, and then at the same time, I was just I don't know, over it at the same time.
Yeah.
And then moved back. Couldn't afford to live in Sydney. Moved back home with mum at 25, I think I was. And I had my 2 fights in UFC.
Yep. Because you had a couple of local ones then after that, right?
Yeah, then I said, I was I don't know what I want to do. You saw that person out, didn't you?
Yeah. They're not in there. I feel like it's either next door or it's upstairs. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
How unfortunate. Oh well, that's right. We've got quite a compelling story going on. It sounds like someone's hitting the bin.
I'll go have a look upstairs.
It's all good. So then I was just just take the pressure off. I don't know if I'm going to fight, but I like training. I'm not going to do nothing. So I was just I'm just going to train once a day. And I was just back here, and I'm just going to try and enjoy, hang out with friends again and just train. And I remember I felt like I was getting better training once a day than I was when I was training 3 times a day, because I was looking forward to it, and I was putting in I remember I'd be there, and even if I couldn't be bothered, you're doing it once, just fucking train hard today.
Yeah.
Train hard right now. It's an hour and 90 minutes. That's all, and then you're done. Instead of 3 sessions a day where you're just dreading each session, and you just come home, eat, go, do another session. And then I had that kickboxing fight in Legion up in Launceston. That was
That's
my return
right.
to fighting after a little while.
So that was the
off.
first one back, was it?
Yeah.
No shit.
I think that was at the end of the year. I
Yep.
hadn't fought since Feb, so it wasn't that long a break, but I was I have a kickboxing fight or Thai fight. Won that. Then had another kickboxing fight down here on Shaw's card on the TFC
Yep.
against
Joe, was it?
Joe.
Yep.
And then won that, and then fought for his title, another kickboxing fight. So at that point I was I need to improve my striking. I have shit striking to be in the UFC.
And you fought Big Plugger as well after those, right? That was you had a boxing
That was a
fight.
little bit later again.
Yeah.
So that was just before the PFL. But I fought a guy from Bulldogs in Sydney.
Pat.
Pat.
Tough as that dude, man. He's awesome.
He was tough. He kicked my leg, and I don't know, he tore my quad muscle in one or two kicks. And I remember afterwards I remember having to fight southpaw a lot. And then he just didn't kick it again. I was I wasn't sure if I could walk if he kicked it again.
Yeah, dude, that guy is so tough.
Yeah.
I respect the shit out of that dude because I've seen him like had tough fights. He's never fought anyone shit, and like
No,
I
yeah,
remember
he's always
Shaw
it.
kicking him in the liver, like one of the hardest kicks
Yeah.
at a perfect angle. Was like I thought he'd broken ribs, and then he screams, falls to the ground,
I remember
stands
that. I was
back up
in-
like
yeah.
nothing had happened.
Yeah,
Like,
he's tough motherfucker.
Tough dude, man. He's awesome. I
Yeah,
hope he's still fighting. I kind of want to. I want to go see
Yeah.
if he's done anything
I
actually
know.
now. Yeah.
yeah. I think then just fighting the striking and just like, it was kind of weird going from the UFC. I remember the first time going from the UFC to then fighting locally in Tassie into some small fucking thing in Launceston. I was like, you know, kind of like trying not to be hard on myself, like what I'm like dropping from the UFC down to, you know, fighting internationally and then I'm just back on local cards. So I'm just like, just doing it to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I was just winning and got my confidence back. And I was like, oh, I can strike. I'm a good striker. Like, I got way better at striking. And then I had a MMA fight against what's his name? The villain, Dylan Andrews.
Dylan.
the
Oh
villain.
yeah. I remember. Yep.
Ex UFC guy.
Yep.
And then won that, subbed him. Then it was like COVID times, and it happened to COVID, and there was just like everything got slowed down and shut down again,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it just really halted kind of progress.
But that's when you got the PFL sort of.
Not
fight.
quite. Then I had one more fight for Hex, and I fought another Brazilian guy for the Hex title.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. Anyway,
Yeah.
beat him. I think a big thing about all this, like before this, after I lost to Israel, I went down to City Kickboxing and just like trained with them.
Yeah.
I think I really learnt a lot just from even Israel. It's like mindset before getting to the UFC. Like he set himself up to, they turned down the UFC earlier and they said when they go to the UFC, he's going to be ready to be a champion, ready to be, you know, straight to the top 10.
Yeah. Jim.
And I was always like, I think I'm ready for UFC, but there was no way I thought I was ready for top 10 UFC.
Yeah,
or
okay,
any
yeah.
of that, you know. And I think that was like smart, and then that's kind of what kept me going the whole time. I'm just like, I'm getting ready to be the best. Like so when I do have another opportunity, I will be ready, kind of thing. And then I had Plugger, and then UFC. Yeah.
Man, because I remember like watching you in the PFL, thinking, you know, like more subs sort of on the way, and then you were so exciting to watch, like so fun.
I think I turned into one of those wrestlers that get a knockout and then forget that they're a wrestler and then just decide, fuck, this is way easier. I'm just going to knock everyone out.
Yeah.
Should probably go back to my wrestling, but
When did you learn how to knee? Because that was a shock to me. I was like, you're using knees, and like I always knew you could elbow and stuff. I was just like, this is wild. Is it very instinctual? Did you do a lot of
I
that
think
sort of
so.
training?
I think we did a bit over in Denver because there was like a
Yeah.
time where I got that knee knockout, and there was like Chris Katiga's got a knee. He knocked out Frankie Edgar with a knee, and we had like 3 or 4 knockouts in the like UFC PFL from our gym, just in like the same kind of period of time. So I don't know. We must have been
Just in
doing
the
something
water.
right. Yeah.
Just in the water. It's just one of
Yeah.
those things, eh? Actually, that's something we haven't done yet. What are you doing over there, Deacon?
What's that?
Sitting there like a bump on a log.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you contributing to this one?
No words, Chris. Just look at him and see what he
stare at
says.
him.
Just
see how
stare at
awkward
me
he gets, eh?
awkwardly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got any questions for the great champ or what?
No, you've covered most of them so far.
I haven't shut up, to be honest.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
sort of
No, it's good.
blabbling
It's
on.
good. I just had to go upstairs because there was music playing and they were banging on some tin, which was rattling. So. Yeah, that's sorted.
You sorted them out?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Good on you, Deacon.
Told him how it was.
You're all right. You're like, hey, we need to get Rob up here.
Yeah, that was actually what I said. Yeah. I was like, you know, Rob's downstairs and he's doing a podcast.
And then
Shut up.
Good, man. So we're jumping into the PFL, which, you know, obviously pretty spectacular. You gained your confidence back. You knew it was going to be like obviously pretty hard and full on. Like to get into the 2022 final. Like, how did you keep your shit together?
Might sound weird, but honestly, it was just weird. It was just like for a few years before, because obviously COVID happened, and I was like I was so desperate to be in a big promotion fight internationally, and then like I was having those kickboxing fights, and I was like, okay, now I'll go back to MMA. I'll have a few MMA fights, and I'll get on, try and get back to the UFC or get back to whatever. And I was writing down that I would be a world champion in 2022, maybe like in 2019, like 3 years before it.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Like, I don't know why. And then when I found out I was in the tournament and you could become a world champion in 1 year, like in the tournament,
Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, this is mine. I've won this. Like, I knew I was going to win this. I was just so confident I was going to win this. I was like, I'm going to be a world champion in 2022. Here's my chance. I was so excited that I was in the tournament. And even then I was just like, I remember just made that choice to go move to America and train and, you know, train at some bigger gyms with some high level guys, kind of my size. I just kind of, I don't know, just made that choice and went over and just did each fight, kind of made it, just built that confidence, like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Won that fight.
Yep.
Won the next fight. Won the next fight. I'm like, yep, this is, you know. And then you're training with guys like Dustin Jacoby, who's like top 15 guy in the UFC.
Yeah.
And training with those guys, and you're like, okay, I know what level I'm at. Like, you know, they're good. I'm good. We're at this, you know. I'm not.
Do you think a lot of the confidence comes from like just training with high level guys and then being like, all right, I can kind of stand my own?
I think so, a bit, yeah. I think it's harder, say, if you're, like, obviously training is just training and doesn't necessarily mean that much, and you can still definitely be the best and not be training with those guys.
Yeah.
But I think when you're like, if you're not like necessarily have anyone in the UFC, in the PFL or whatever that you're training with, you're like,
you don't actually know.
You might be confident, you might be feeling good,
Yep.
and you know the guys you train with are fucking beasts, but
Yeah.
you don't know for sure that they're at that level, or
Yeah.
it does give you that like extra little bit of confidence, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny, like, because I'm kind of remembering watching you, because I was watching it on the Spirit of Tasmania across, and I had security like looking at me because I was losing it, and Paige is yelling at me. And
Which fight was that one?
that was for the final.
For the final, yeah.
And like, because I'm yelling and carrying on, and had a few drinks, and the little security dude was back and forth. He was eyeballing me, and yeah, I went off, man. But I remember like seeing the look on your face afterwards, and like I could tell it just meant the whole world to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, I was in America. I was like just watching it on the laptop. I was in Texas training.
Why didn't you come to New York if you're in Texas? Should have.
There's a rough one. But I was there for a training.
Yeah,
No. But
you got to
I was like in a house full of all these other guys, Australians that were there, but I didn't know that well. And then even they were like gathered around, and everyone was going crazy.
Yeah.
It was wild.
I think that was actually one of my favorite things about winning. It was like people who mean a lot to me, hearing like how much it meant to them, or what they were doing during, like how many people flew to Australia from Australia, like 25 people flew over to watch me.
Yeah,
like friends
like
and stuff
across like to another country.
Yeah, like a long
across
flight.
the world.
yeah, exactly. And then some of my friends who couldn't like come, Emma, she like had everyone over at her house watching, and she put up like a camera filming. And just like, I remember seeing that. I still actually should get it off her, because people like crying, and I don't know. Just like,
that's wild.
I cracked it to you.
yeah, it was crazy just like seeing how much it meant to other people. Made it like even just feel way more special, I think.
Yeah.
Makes me emotional just talking about it.
It should.
Yeah, you did it. Like you, like
It was unreal.
you proved that like a dude from Tassie can take on the world. Like it's pretty impactful. It really, really is. Like, and since then, like, has it evolved? Like, obviously, it was like an achievement of something you wanted to do since you were a kid. But like, what's the? I guess what I'm trying to ask is like, what's the fuel for it now? Like, what do you want to do between now and when you're ready to call it quits?
Yeah, that's one I've been like thinking about a bit lately, and it was weird. Like, as soon as I won that, I felt like, fuck, I need to win it again to like really prove myself.
Yeah.
And I still feel like that, because like, you know, people have won the tournament, but not many people won it twice, and kind of all that sort of stuff. And like to set myself up, or set my family up a little bit more. Like, obviously it was a lot of money, but at the same time, that much money, like $1 million now compared to even like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
huge difference, like how much just shit costs, how much you have to pay in tax and blah 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 blah. But really, yeah, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of going up in the rankings. Like I know there's UFC, but like people are kind of start to look at me, you know, in the top. I think I got up to like top 15 kind of in the world, regardless of, you know, UFC and stuff. So, you know, I was obviously just like kind of want to keep winning and building up and get into that kind of next level. And I think that's still it. Like I mean, I just always wanted to be the best in the world, or like, you know, be the best in the world.
And that's still something you feel you need to prove to yourself, or what? Like, you've done it. Like, what's some?
I mean, I've done it, but at the same time, like, it's weird because you have different promotions, you have different rankings and stuff. Like, I know at that time, I do feel like I was best in the world. And like, I could beat anyone in the world. But just like, I don't know, just see how far you can kind of go with it.
Do you think it's like something to do with like proving to yourself?
Yeah, prove to myself. I don't even know what it was. It's almost like a fucking addiction, winning, and like, there's no better feeling than fighting someone in a cage with however many thousands of people watching you, and you winning, like, and then let alone add that to like, oh, we'll give you a belt or give you heaps of money,
and $1 million.
Like, make it like, oh, you're actually the best in the world kind of thing. Like,
when, say, for instance, like when you did win the belt and you won the $1 million, how long did that feeling last? Because I know for me, I've never done anything on that scale, but I remember setting the goal of like double golden at nationals, and then I remember I did it, and then honestly the next day like it was gone, and I was like, oh,
that's
at that level, is it the same?
That's the thing.
Yeah,
you set yourself goals, and like, I don't know, if you're not, you got to just love what you're doing, and it's awesome to set goals. And I've always been, you know, in the mind to like set goals, whatever they say, like so big. Don't be scared of setting goals so big that you don't achieve them.
Yep.
Be scared of setting goals like small that you achieve them and you have nowhere to go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you do. I remember that night, didn't sleep, you know, out all night partying at this pub with all the people who flew over. Awesome night, you know, it was awesome. Like, it was, and then went home. I think had like a hour or two lay down before getting up and doing something. And just waking up and looking, and the belt was just on the chair next to me in the hotel.
Yep.
And just thinking like, that's fucking crazy and cool. But then, even that next day, it's just like, oh, it's just like, same me. Okay, I'm the same person.
Yeah.
My friends, honestly, they're excited, but at the same time, they're my friends either way. They don't give a fuck. They obviously care.
You win or lose, they're going to be
there. Yeah. Like, I'm the same person.
Yeah.
I did something cool.
Yeah.
But like, I'm still the same person. And it is, and that's what I mean. That's what I mean by I was just like, fuck, I got to do it again.
Yeah.
Maybe just to get that feeling for one more day. Like,
it's crazy because I've won stuff before, and then I've said to myself, literally, like, by the time I got home that night, I've been like, oh yeah, but maybe the best guys weren't there. Like in the division, you know what I mean? And then I wonder if that's like the same thing with you. Like, oh, I want to do my next thing.
Well,
maybe there's better guys to fight. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. Always someone else. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
You're bloody Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Knocking everyone out in the UFC, or whoever. John Jones that never lost, and always like, oh, won't fight Tom Aspinall.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's always someone that like there's going to be for you to fight and compete against.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, at one point in time, you're going to have to hang it up.
Yeah.
But I think that's what just being a competitor is. Like, you just want to. And that's what lots of people say. Like, the best in the world hate losing more than they like winning.
Yeah, there
you go. They just fucking hate losing.
Like, you hear about that with like Michael Jordan stuff all the time. His temper around it and whatever. And like, you see that obsessive sort of nature about it.
And they say that's people like that are the ones who are the best, more so than the fact that they just like winning. Because I guess if you get complacent, like, oh, losing's not that bad, oh, blah blah blah.
But he was a terrible teammate, right, Michael Jordan?
Oh, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Do I look like a basketball player?
No, but from everything I've like read.
Yeah. It sounds like a prick, to be honest.
Yeah.
But do you have a dream fight? Like, is there like someone that you've like either looked up to, or somebody you've hated, and you've just like always wanted to bash them, or is there, just that one matchup that you'd like to have? Is there one of those?
I mean, not really. I'd like to get the 2 losses I just had. Like, I'd like to fight Phil Davis and Mr. Alphabet again. Dovelet. But yeah, at the same time, I don't even know. Like, people often say that, and like, I'm kind of like, oh, I feel like I could beat them. But at the same time, it's not like that's on my mind.
Yep.
Same as I remember people, even when I won the belt, they're like, oh, you should go back to the UFC and you beat Israel. Like, get that one back. You could beat Israel. I'm like, one, I'm not in the same promotion. I'm not in the same weight class anymore.
Yeah.
I got to train
You're
with,
mates
I've
now,
got,
right?
yeah, I've got nothing wrong with, like, he beat me. He's made me better when he beat me.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned a lot. Like, I don't feel like I need to go beat him to write that
Yeah.
loss.
And that would
off
just
my
be
record.
some random guy on the internet saying that.
Right,
As well.
like-
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
I mean, not even like people who know you. Like, I don't know. They maybe think, oh, yeah, like they obviously just want you to go win and stuff. But like, that's not my mindset. Like, I need to go, I don't know, win a fight that I lost, like 10 years ago. But yeah, honestly, just like, I don't know. I think the same as when I thought about after I got dropped from the UFC. I don't want to. I just want to do. I don't want to look back on my life because now I'm in a weird point. I'm 33. I can see the end, and I don't want to look back and be like, fuck, I wish I did more.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, even now, like, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to just waste these next few years.
So what's next? Like,
You know, like, I don't want to look back and just be like, oh yeah, you know, you did well, you won that title, but then you just fucked around, or, you know, like,
you coasted through your prime. Imagine.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
you've
right.
only got, say, max. I probably got 5 years on the longer side of things.
Yep.
You know, left of fighting at a high level.
Yep.
So I just want to be like, well, you just give it everything you have for those 5 years, because after that you're gonna want to. And I like Gary, Paris's dad, my partner's dad. He played football.
Yep.
He played, you know, VFL back then. It was AFL now, and he says it just goes so quickly. And then it's just done, because obviously once you're older and you can't do it, you can't do it.
Dude, and
And I don't want to be there even in 5 years for the rest of my life. Like, oh, I wish I did more. Wish I trained hard. Wish I don't know, set myself a bigger goal or whatever the fuck it was, you know. So I think that's what's kind of drives me a fair bit at the moment.
yeah, and you do have one in the pipe works, I believe.
Yeah, just found out
Yeah.
last week. So it's been a pretty shitty year, to be honest. Just had that one fight at the start of the year and a loss, and now I'm on a 2-fight losing streak, which sucks. And I've done that before when I was in the UFC. Came back with a nice win streak, so that's kind of the goal now. But yeah, just got booked for February.
Feb, cool.
Feb over in Dubai,
Yeah, wild.
which is cool because I haven't been. Yeah,
That'd be wild.
I want to go to Dubai. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, a bit of a change. The tournament, it's not a thing anymore, so they're just doing shows in the PFL.
Just
Oh, right.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So like a ranking system sort of
I
thing.
assume they'll probably rank
Yeah.
fights or fighters. But yeah, it got a bit confusing. I think once they took over Bellator,
Yeah.
they had too many fighters just to do the 10-man tournament, and then they had to have other cards to have the other fighters, and then they still had a belt for them, and it was just a bit
Bit messy.
like this year was pretty confusing.
So they said like you get a few fights this year, or next year. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you like in the contract, you always guaranteed like a certain amount. It's not even that. I think it's only 2 fights. So hopefully, I'll get more than 2. But
Yeah.
I'd like
Yeah.
to have 3.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a champion who's Corey Anderson. He was a Bellator champion. He just
Yep.
fought the PFL Dovelet, and then he's now the PFL champion or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he would just defend his belt, and
Yeah.
then just same. They'll just do. I think they said they're doing like. I saw there's a new CEO for the PFL, and he said they're doing like 10 shows in America. They want to do like 4 shows in Europe, 4 shows in kind of like Middle East area. They said they want to do 4 shows down in Australia and New Zealand, but they're not sure when that exactly will
Yeah,
happen.
because it was originally going to be that card in December or something.
Yeah, I thought it was fighting December in Australia. Then I thought it was March in Australia.
Yep.
I just saw an interview. He just said he doesn't know what's really the plan
Yeah,
is.
yeah. They're probably just figuring it out. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're constantly changing
Yep.
stuff up and everything. But yeah, it should be I kind of got used to the tournament, and that was like this year was kind of a struggle, only fighting once. But at the same time, I think as I get older, I think a tournament when you're fighting 7-8 weeks apart, back to back to back, more of a young man's game. So maybe non-tournament's probably good for me now.
Yeah. The old man injuries. You're worried about him sneaking in, but I mean, you've always taken care of yourself. Like, that's one thing I think I really respect about you is like, you do the boring stuff. Like, how often I see you upstairs with the foam roller or just stretching out and just like not for like 2 or 3 minutes, then go and doing all the fun stuff like hitting pads. Like, you're up there a while. So I mean, like that, you haven't had any serious injuries recently, right?
Yeah, nothing serious, just little niggles. But yeah, really haven't had any major injuries. I think since my knee, maybe. I don't even know. I broke my hand a few times in fights, had knee surgery, and that was about it.
Yeah.
I was doing jiu-jitsu though, so that's dangerous. Stay away from that. That was the last comp I went in. Tore my meniscus.
Your meniscus?
Yeah.
Did you do it yourself?
No, I think I body trunk. I think it was the overtime rules. That,
Oh, the EBI?
yeah.
Yeah.
Back control or whatever. I put him in a... I think it must have already been sore, and I put him in a body triangle.
Yep.
And then he was just on that side, and then I think he was like, trying to attack the ankle, but it was just like...
Yeah, and then that was stuck.
My knee was stuck. And
You'd probably already done
I
something
think it was
to
a bit
it,
sore,
and
then it just made it way worse. Yeah. And so my other guy headbutted me and cut me open, and I was going to have a kickboxing fight in a few weeks, so I was like, oh...
What, in the jiu-jitsu comp?
In the jiu-jitsu comp.
Jesus.
Just headbutted me straight away, cut me, and then I was like... I didn't know what was going on, and then I was like my coaches or whatever, I was like, I don't really want to make my cut worse because I thought I was fighting
of course.
in a few weeks. So then I didn't continue, and then they go, the other guy wins then.
I remember like one jits comp.
Jits
I think
is way
I was
too
like
scary.
A teenager, and I was in Melbourne. I think you and Shaw flew over from like after a brace or something.
Yeah.
And you competed, and I remember there was like this 10th Planet guy, and you were like both hands around his throat, just like rape choking him.
One hand.
It was one hand, was it? It was
one hand, but
wild.
I did the arm.
Yeah.
Because there's a photo that pinned his other arm behind his back.
Yep.
Like that.
That's what it was.
And then postured
And
up
everyone
and
was
pulled
just
his arm and rape choked him.
Yeah, everyone was just talking about it, and I just remember being like, these boys, they're beasts.
Yeah, what's it? The Frank
Barker?
Frank Barker.
Yeah.
Because he would commentate fights and stuff, and I walked off because it was his guy, and he just said, "Don't even talk to me."
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man, that's. Do you reckon you'll keep doing jiu-jitsu comps and stuff after, like maybe the MMA thing, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I do like competing. It'd be fun just to go do the ACD.
He doesn't even know the name of it. Okay, so
ACC, ACCD.
Declan, who's won the trials multiple times.
Yeah.
Now. He's actually probably, at the moment, he's coming up to be like one of the best in the world. But anyway, trains with Rob, and he was like to Rob, he could easily win the trials, which is this thing I've been training for years. Haven't even got close. But he doesn't even know the name of it. And then he's just like, oh yeah, I could win that thing, but I don't even know the name of it. It kills me.
But it would be fun just to do that, just to piss Deacon off.
Oh, for sure.
That's the only reason I probably do it.
Well, there's only one thing that'll upset Deacon more than that, and that's beating him at Mario Kart.
Yeah,
which
he's already done.
You know what? I think that's what the gym actually needs as its next thing is competitive gaming here at the gym. We need a rankings board. We need maybe Mario Kart. Trossi is on for the Halo thing. Yeah.
Remember we were all playing Halo? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we need to do
Tom
this.
Acker was pretty good at Halo.
It's annoying. Tom's also good at just about everything.
Tom's good at everything.
It's pretty frustrating.
And he's pretty up himself as well, He's always knows
He's a real shit bloke.
He's lovely. If I look like Tom, I'd be such a piece of shit.
The Christmas party on the 22nd, we are going to have a Mario Kart tournament.
Are we?
Alright.
Yeah. Are you going to be here?
Might have to come now.
Yeah.
Alright. There we go.
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll run
Yeah.
We'll run like brackets and then top players will go through or something. We'll figure it out.
I'll help officiate. I want to be part of this.
Yeah. So we'll have to get like another screen because then we can run two switches.
Alright, I'm going to have to message Hamish to get him to commentate. Or Mario.
Yeah, no,
ironically. Yeah. That sounds like maybe that's what's next for you, Rob.
Right.
Beat a few people up for a few
gaming.
years, and then after that, like Mario Kart champion.
He's competitive. Very
I don't know what I would do after.
One of the funniest things I've heard was when you were on a podcast and you said you were going to be a builder. I can not imagine anything funnier than you building.
I think people kind of took it wrong. I meant I would like to learn the skills of building because I'm not a handyman.
I'm the same.
And it'd just be good to, no one ever taught me how to do anything. And I'd like to fix a few things around the house and just feel like a man in that sense.
Yep.
But I don't think I'd want to work for, someone else. I just want to do my own.
Do your own shit.
Build a shed or something.
DIY.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched stuff on YouTube how to build stuff.
I kind of want Tom to be my dad or something and teach me.
Teach you how to fish and how to build.
He does teach me how to.
Yeah.
I've had Brado put his hands over his eyes and turn his back on me using a plane before at home. Like he just looked at me, shook his head, put his hand up and was like, I can't watch this. That's how bad I am on the tools.
Is the plane like the one where you like...
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
See, that...
I was like, what's a plane?
This is a killing time to listen to this.
I've been in a plane.
Yeah, I'm not practical at all. I know it disappoints my dad, like dramatically as well. Because my dad did put a lot of effort in to teach me about how to work on cars and do everything
so you're
properly.
just like a bad child. You
Terrible.
let him down.
Yeah. My dad's the opposite of me. He's not very chatty and he's really, really precise and really good at stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm chatty and I really have no attention to detail whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd just be a good, I don't know, skill. Maybe coaching. I never used to think I'd like to coach.
I think you're a good coach.
Lately, even like a little while ago when I was coaching more here before the PFL, I was like, I'm enjoying it more now that I feel like I'm actually know what I'm talking about a bit more now.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to coach just general population. I'd want to coach
Athletes or
like people who want to fight.
Yeah.
what the place
People want to make
needs.
something of themselves. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
And the other thing I've noticed about coaching here too is one thing you seem to take a lot of joy in is making coaching difficult for other coaches, like raising the kids up for Trossie.
Mm-hmm.
That is really fun though. You're really good with kids. You're really
good
good.
raising
You
them
can
up.
take over the kids program.
I thought you loved the kids program.
I do love the kids.
I have been asked to take over the kids program by Lucy, Huxley's mum.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought about it just so I could coach Huxley.
Could just,
Huxley's going to be a world champion.
the 101,
He
yeah.
is awesome, that kid. He's so fun.
he's
He's got a lot of
gonna
go
be
in him. Yeah.
How old is he?
6.
6.
But he just doesn't even care, doesn't care how big you are or whatever, or just wants to
Yeah, you should bring him in next year
wants to go.
for the grappling.
What, scrapping next year? 7?
It's usually 8, but if he doesn't
Yeah.
mind 7, would be fine.
What, you take that? Or who
Mondays, mate. Mondays. I got a good little program going on. We've even got an advanced session on Saturdays that Kai takes.
Yeah.
He takes like a few of the kids for like want to compete.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just does it because he loves doing it.
Yeah,
which is cool.
He's good at it
Yeah.
too. It's really nice. That's what I really like about our communities. Everyone kind of wants to give back because we've all got something out of martial arts. Along the way here, obviously, it's absolutely transformed your life. I can't believe, I wish I could go back to my high school teachers and be like, guess what? I get paid for fighting and for talking. Haha. Not, Pythagoras or anything like that. This is what I'm doing. And I really genuinely love giving back to the community. Getting to see the fights on the weekend, seeing little Leo win his first fight. That sort of stuff's wild to watch.
It's so cool. And all of us have been at HTC since we were younger, a lot younger, ages,
Right.
how many years? When did you start at HTC?
I think I started 11 or 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously Chris and Khan and
Yeah.
this gym, we were just making a living off.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Of
It's wild.
fighting
I
and-
never thought that would be
Yeah.
the case. Yeah. I remember
just didn't have to, do what everyone said and get a proper job. Just had to, just do this.
literally. Yeah. I don't think I could work a proper job.
You
We're
definitely.
only
I don't think you could either, Dick.
Yeah. They wouldn't have me.
But no, it's really cool to see genuine value. You meet the young fellas here, and a lot of them are reformed pains in the ass. These are kids that probably weren't really going anywhere in life, and to watch them start to have a bit of self belief and trying to learn stuff, start their own businesses and things like that, I think's really cool. And or yet again, or the other end of the scale, the little wussy kids like little Leo used to be. Now he's a badass.
Leo is a badass.
Leo
He's
is
awesome.
Yeah, he's a bad man.
So
Big Leo.
Big Leo.
You're gonna call
Leo.
he's
That's
always
what I
going to be
call him
baby
from now,
Leo to
Big
me.
Leo.
Though.
He's Big Leo
Yeah,
now.
no
after
more
the
little
win.
Leo. No more little Leo.
Well, I guess I'm invested in them anyway now that I've got a daughter because I'm like, well, these kids are going to be teaching her how to fight soon.
Yeah.
So it's funny watching it kind of, come full circle a bit.
How do you think you'd go watching your daughter fight?
I really hope that doesn't end up being the case.
Yeah, you don't want it?
No, I hope she becomes a jiu-jitsu person. I really do.
Yeah.
But she does have a mum's temper a little bit. So, I don't know. I might be in trouble here.
Yeah.
Yeah, people ask me that. I bet you can't wait to get her into like boxing, kickboxing stuff. I'm like, I can definitely wait. 100%. Yeah, I'm actually getting nervous thinking about it right now, Rob. Thanks for putting that in my head, mate.
Of course.
Yeah. What about
Of course,
you?
I watch just watching your friends' fights, nerve-wracking.
Oh, watching Trusty fight's the worst.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, that one I don't. That ages me every time. He ages me every fight, man. Everyone and Paige hates it because I really overreact. Like I've thrown full cans of beer through the house. I've like thrown my phone. I like jump and hit my head on the roof and like in the carport. So I just go off, and she doesn't like it. She gets angry every time. Yeah, it's not good.
It reminds me of Chris saying after I think I lost to Israel, he like threw something down, stormed out of his house, and then like punched a tree. And a guy was driving past and was like, "Oi, don't do that." I was like, "Fuck you! I can punch a tree. I want to punch a tree."
Yeah. It gets hyper emotional watching your friends being on. Like,
I remember how nervous I was when you took me to America this year. And then when we got to the venue, I was like, "Don't show that you're nervous. You can't show that you're nervous."
You didn't show nervous at all. You were locked in.
I was sweating like crazy. I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I haven't been to anything like that. That would have been wild. Really wild. Yeah.
I remember a few times watching Ben fight and like him losing, and I just like, it was awful.
Crushes you.
Like that Valor fight when he fought at 66 and he fought that guy, like he got stitched up with that guy from the mainland who was quite good.
He should never have got to
I
that
feel
weight,
like that
ever.
was, I don't know if there was something wrong with his record or like, it was
That guy
a
was really
dodgy
good.
setup, that
Yeah.
was. And he just annihilated him.
Yeah, it was hard to watch.
Yeah,
So,
it was sucked to watch.
Love Ben. Love Ben. Love Mark. Actually, they flew over to America to watch you too.
Yeah.
Was it Brad and... Did Ben go as well?
Yeah, Brad and Ben went. And Mark.
And Mark. Yeah, that's
And
wild,
Yeah,
man.
crazy.
The best. It's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely a wild thing watching your friends like at a high level, or any level compared really, but it's just...
Just fighting. It's
Just
just a pretty
fighting.
wild thing to watch someone you care about do.
For sure. Yeah, no, it really is, man. It's yeah, no, it ages you for sure. It ages
Yeah.
me. Yeah, I'm heavily invested in how my friends do. I really am. Yeah,
Which is obviously like winning and losing, but obviously like getting knocked out or something. Like
Yeah.
that's why the winning feels so good, because the losing is
It's the other extreme.
getting flattened in front of however many people.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, like I think I remember the first time I actually felt kind of like a little bit sick after a fight was when Stu got head kicked in Valor by Callum Potter.
Oh yeah.
Because he was winning that fight, like right to the end. It was close, tough, and then just like this weird shitty kick, and he was like, it was a bad knockout too.
Yeah.
I just remember like it was like all the air got sucked out of the room for a bit there. I was just like,
Yeah, it
seeing
sucks.
Troscan cradle him, and
Yeah.
that was just that sucked.
But that was the night I thought we were all gonna, because he was fighting for that belt, and that was the night me and Connor were fighting for the brace belts from after that tournament. So it was like all one night.
Well, all on the one night.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were in Canberra,
Yep.
and then there was fights going down here, and because obviously me, Stu, and Connor were like all training with each other
Yeah.
a lot.
And you're like, oh, we're all going
we're
to
all
be
the
champs
same-
after this.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
going to be champs, and
Yeah, no, that one sucked.
Yeah.
That was the first one I was like, oh, yeah, this isn't all just a game. sort of
yeah.
thing.
When
Yeah.
you see how, see something up close, you're like, yeah, it's not. One of that was for me. It was probably Khan when he first fought back after years, when we were being in Sydney and moved back here, and then he was fighting
Was that in Adelaide?
Adelaide for
That'd be
Australian title against
Yeah.
Shane Mitchell,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
and he was,
Yeah,
and me
that's-
and Chris just right there, and he was piecing him up in the first round using Khan, his
looking
movement,
awesome,
looking
yeah.
awesome. And the guy kind of just rushed him in the second round, caught him on the cage, and just landed a big shot, and
Yeah.
one
I
of
remember
right in
getting
front
to
of
it.
you. I was just like, I remember looking at Chris and saying, I fucking hate this sport.
Right.
Just like,
Yeah.
fucking hate
see?
It just sucks.
Oh man. Yeah. Or what? Yet again, back to trust, like watching him and Jake Lund.
Yeah.
That was hard, and yeah, that was really rough one, just because of the blood and everything like that,
Oh, well, yeah, it was
Yeah.
a pretty brutal fight.
dude. But yeah, I don't know. Like you guys have just like after these like really tough day in the office, you guys have always like bounced back way better than ever. Like Khan's prime example. Like that was another emotional one, watching him come back, and I've never seen someone so happy to break their hand.
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
he, and that was against another good guy as well. And he looked composed, calm, and just
Definitely.
man, he looked so good.
Yeah. Well, Khan's so good, and he's kind of had that problem where you don't want to. You kind of see with lots of the younger, or like, you know, you see, say like Harry, for example, everyone like hypes him up, and like Harry's fucking 20 years old, he's a beast, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And that was kind of calm when he was young, and then as well, like he's been doing it his whole life. But then it's like, doesn't matter who you're fighting. Like you're fighting someone, it's going to be hard. And then I think sometimes it's harder for those guys because they're like, get told they're good constantly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I was
always.
about to
you
ask
know,
about
yeah.
that because, for instance, like, I know Ned, who does jiu-jitsu, I like talking up some crunk
Yeah.
because he's very good.
Yeah.
And like black belts come visiting and he's beating them up.
Yeah.
And then he, like when it comes to like competing, I feel like it's quite hard for him.
Yeah. And it is. And like, and there are guys at the gym that are going to be good or like, you know, pick it up quicker or young and just like at a young age really good and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? There's plenty of them at other gyms.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
it's
not the
very
only
true.
gym to have a good guy who's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
fuck, that guy's good.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of them. And they're the ones competing and trying to do well.
Yeah.
And then they're the ones that end up fighting each other. And if you think like, if you're getting told you're going to smash everyone or it's going to be easy or
Yeah, no.
blah, 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 like that. It's like every fight. I remember every fight I'd go, like I'd always feel, you know, Priscus's strength training and, you know, he'd say I had to be this strong, do a certain amount of, you know, double body weight squat, 1.5 body weight bench, you know, 2.5 body weight deadlift or whatever it was. And I'd always feel like I always felt like I was a strong fighter. Like I did a lot of strength conditioning. I always felt strong, trained with Priscus. He's the world's strongest man, fucking freak.
Yeah.
Every time I grappled anyone in a fight, straight away, like, fuck, they're strong.
Yeah.
You know, straight away, every time.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
and everyone's strong at the start. You're full of adrenaline. You're pumped up.
Yeah.
You're about to
Yeah,
fight
literally.
someone. You're
Yeah.
like, everyone's going to be strong. So I think if you're like, this, that, I'm gonna, you know,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna, especially, you know, first minute or two of a fight,
Yeah.
like everyone's got, you know, you're pumped up, ready to go. You trained your ass off. Like everyone's going to be good, for, especially at the start. You know, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember always thinking that, like clinching up with someone, like, oh fuck, this guy's strong.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, sorry, I'm strong. Come on, I'm strong too. Talk myself into it.
Whenever I have someone new like entering a jiu-jitsu comp, I always tell them like they always feel real strong for the first minute, but they'll fade.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
Because I've fallen into that trap a few times, going, Jesus,
yeah.
what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I used to get like kind of confidence because I'd like look at the guy and I'd be like, oh man, he looks strong. But then I used to be like, oh, he's not Rob, he's not Priscus. He can't be that
I used to
strong.
always say that. Not Priscus.
Yeah.
It's not Priscus. This guy's not Priscus.
Yeah. I think that's a thing comes back to like the confidence with who you train with.
Yeah.
I think it makes a big difference.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that's why we're so blessed. I really think we're so blessed. Like what a gathering of talent we've been lucky enough to get down here.
Yeah.
Like how cool is it? Like, Priscus as the hybrid dagger. He's like he'd have to be proud of what's happened. You know what I mean?
for
Like
sure.
in all levels, because he's spawned like what was probably the first MMA gym in Tassie. He's spawned a world champion. He's got multiple Australian champions. He's got you kicking ass and jits. Like it's a really, really cool thing. And like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
in a
in
way, he
judo,
was nearly
like-
ripped off from it. You know what I mean? Like, because the sport wasn't very big back when he was like really in his prime.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was
I mean,
just
he should have been in the UFC. He should have got that opportunity,
Yeah.
and it kind of sucks that he never did.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because
And
he's so
no
well
one wanted to
respected.
fight him. He got to a record when like no one really wanted to fight him, and then had injuries, and then they wouldn't pick him up because he didn't have like consistent fights.
Yeah, which
Like
sucks,
fought
really.
quite irregularly, but no one.
I don't really blame anyone for not wanting to fight him.
Yeah, I didn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
I remember him early on, like this is 17, 18, and him coming back from a fight and just complaining about how sore and swollen his elbows were from elbowing this guy's face when he was on top of him. And I was like, that's fucked. So like he's like literally like so sore, and he had just taken this guy down and just ground and pounded him with his elbows and just like mushed his face, and his
Oh.
elbows were swollen.
He's a scary guy when he's on top
Yeah.
of people because you
Oh,
meet him
yeah.
around here. He's so nice and lovely, and
Yeah,
he's
when
just
I
the
when he's on
sweetest
top of
guy.
you and he kind of like when you're doing some stuff with him and he's getting ready for a fight and he kind of like shows the intensity. Like, you know, he's not actually hitting you like he would, but it kind of starts to show the intensity of how he would ground and pound you.
Yep.
You're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, I remember he was getting ready for one of the hex. I think it was like a hex fight or something. He
Yeah.
got me helping with some grappling stuff, and I thought, this is exactly why I'm not doing MMA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you. He fought that big. Who's that big guy in Queensland? Big, good-looking dude.
Jamie Tahuna?
Guy Shawford as well.
Joe Muir?
Joe Muir.
Yeah.
That was wild. Him on top, like ground and that was a wild fight. That was
Yeah, I
hell
forgot
of
about
a
that.
fight.
Yeah.
That was
He finished-
that's my
Where
favorite
was that?
Priscus fight. I think. It was a Queensland one.
Queensland or Sydney? Yeah.
Yeah. That one was. That's probably my favorite Priscus fight. That was
Do you remember
nuts.
the 4-man tournament on Valor in Hobart? Priscus
Oh
won?
my god!
I think
yeah.
he like entered last minute or something.
Yeah, because
from
Shaw,
memory.
him and Shaw got injured. He filled in
That's
short
right.
notice, and
There's
man,
that photo, and he's like on top of someone, ground and pounding him, and I just like he just looks so shredded, and that's nightmares.
yeah, it's not the Priscus we know either. You know what I mean? Like the
No,
Priscus
no.
we know is
Friendly.
Priscus.
Yeah.
But he's always saying that, like, in the fight, he's like, he's just like, you should be burning. Like, he wants to work at a rate that he's getting exhausted, because then he goes, you know, they're getting tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's kind of his mentality, was just like outwork them, because he does that. And I think that's what he's instilled in me in fighting, that probably has helped me get where I have, is just like that work ethic of just like there's no one, I don't know someone who's a harder worker than Priscus when he's training,
Yeah,
doing
no, there's no one.
workouts,
Agreed.
having knee surgeries and taking PTs the same fucking day, just like dumb shit. But like, you know, he just won't stop and like pushing you to do that same sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, what a hero to like have. What a role model. Like it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's
He's
pretty damn
definitely a
cool.
huge factor that I think that I was able to get to where I am so far.
Definitely. I still think like I was lucky that it was HTC that I signed up to. You know, could have. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's like a bunch of good gyms, but yeah, it's like I wouldn't have got really into competing and this far into jiu-jitsu if I didn't meet Priscus.
Right, so
Yeah.
yeah. Like it changed my life for the better massively. Like I always loved martial arts and stuff, and was doing traditional martial arts, and yeah, it was cool. But like, it all changed when I came here. Like it all changed.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, this is what I want to do. This is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always loved it since then. Oh, we probably have to go soon, right? Yeah.
We got, like, another
but
5
have
minutes or
you
so?
got some advice for like the younger guys and girls in the gym that are either just about to start competing or have just started competing?
Started competing. Honestly, I just like every time I would compete or like getting ready, I'm always just thinking like, what do I need to do to be better than the person I'm going against? Like just doing the little extra things, you know, whatever that was, and it can be different. It's just in your mind, but like, you know, whether it's doing a couple of extra training sessions, doing a couple of extra recovery sessions, or just getting in the right mindset, doing some visualizing, I found really helped me for fighting. But yeah, that's always kind of my mindset, was like, what am I doing? What do I have to do to be better than this guy? Like, what do I have to do to outwork this person?
Yeah.
Just do it. Like, if I'm doing more, then I'm going to beat him on that night.
So anything that inspires that confidence that you're going to be the better man on the
Yeah.
night.
And that's what it all is. It's confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence is such a, and you see that with like guys, huge win streaks and undefeated or whatever it is, and then it's just like the confidence like keeps going up from them, and then people who are fighting them are like, fuck, this guy has never lost or hasn't lost in 10 fights or whatever. You know, like just that confidence means so much, and you get that. You don't get that from nothing. You get that from doing the work.
True.
Like, you're not just going to be confident. You can't just say, oh, it's all about confidence, and then just go in with given it 50% for 2 months before the fight, not doing what you're meant to do, and then be like, oh, I'm fucking confident in this.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go get
yeah.
your ass kicked. But confidence comes from doing the work, and then you like really believe that you're gonna win this fight, competition, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really solid advice. That makes a whole lot of sense, man.
What about if 16-year-old Rob Wilkinson was here? What would you tell him?
I can get a job, mate. I don't know, man. Just, yeah. I don't know, enjoy it. It goes fast. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, I don't know, back before I think we moved to Sydney, which was what, 2016 or something.
Yep.
And just back then, it was just like, I don't know, such a fun time, just training, probably partying a little bit too much, as you should at that age. Just like with your friends that I've made for life, like, you know, and then just, I don't know, just enjoy it. It does go quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree. I'm a few years older than you. I agree.
Yeah. It just seems to go. And the time just keeps going by. That's the
Yeah.
one thing that it just keeps going.
Although that being said, like I don't know about you, but for me, life like 30s is so much better than my 20s. Like
Yeah, I don't know. My
You're
body's
like-
old.
I'm loving life now.
I mean, 30 was pretty good. 30, once I turned 30, I won the PFL belt, so I can't complain about
You
it.
can't complain about that. Hey? Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, thank you so much for spending so much time with us today. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks
And,
for having me.
Hopefully, after your next glorious victory, we'll
Do another one.
do another one. That'd be really, really cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it'd be good to break down the fight.
Yeah, how about
Yeah.
that? That sounds.
And I
like a
feel
good
like I could just talk about old times, back in the old days of HTC. And
Well, that's what a lot of this is. to
Well,
be
yeah.
fair.
Friday. I
Yeah.
feel like I could talk about it. You just kind of, as you're talking about it and other people saying stories, you just keep remembering.
Yeah, I
bits
think it'd
and
be good to get like even someone like Connor or someone in.
Definitely.
with you.
Yeah.
I would like that. That'd be cool. Actually, it would be cool to get all the people that you cut in here. How you got the name Razor?
Razor. Connor gave me that name.
We don't have enough mics.
No, we don't, do we? Yeah.
I have to buy some more mics.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. No, well, thank you so much, dude. That was awesome.
Cheers, boys.
Big love to you, Rob. All right, everybody. Catch you later on. Bye.